Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My sisters and brothers, Ya Ali Madad, I hope you're all safe and well. These last few months have been some of the most challenging we have ever faced as individuals, families, communities, and societies. When the COVID pandemic initially struck, we switched into survival mode, focusing on the near-term strategies that we needed to adopt to protect our health, emotional well-being, financial interests, education, and our faith. Governments stepped up boldly to support people's livelihoods in the most unprecedented ways. Now, as we see further easing of lockdown and the gradual reopening of the economy, we should start to look ahead. And as we do so, let us always keep in mind the guidance of Maulana Hazar Imam when he said that we must remain strong and be prepared to build and build well when the crisis passes. And so today, I would like to focus on how we can remain strong by concentrating our thoughts on the notions of resilience and self-reliance. When I look back at the history of humankind, and indeed our own Ismaili history, we have faced struggles. Life is cyclical. It has ups and it has downs. Often the highs followed the lows. As Sultan Muhammad Shah said, and I quote, "Struggle is the meaning of life. Defeat or victory is in the hands of God. But struggle itself is man's duty and should be his joy," unquote. To me, these words encourage us to take the difficult times in our stride and to look for the opportunity in adversity. This pandemic is no different. It has presented us with many opportunities and also many things to be grateful for. More time spent together as families, connecting as a community, the cross-border collaboration for a vaccine, the enormous role technology has played in facilitating our productivity and connectivity. These are all extremely positive things that we should reflect on and give thanks for. However, whilst it may feel like we are seeing some semblance of a return to normality, we must be clear that the effects of the pandemic are far from over. The economic forecast is pointing to a long and sustained downturn, which will continue to impact markets, consumer behavior, businesses, employment opportunities, and livelihoods. There is still uncertainty. For example, the possibility of a second wave of the disease. And another important risk that this pandemic has somewhat overshadowed is Brexit. Both of these have the potential to put further strain on the economy. This is where our resilient spirits must kick in, and we should remember Maulana Hazar Imam's guidance during the Diamond Jubilee, where he encouraged us to come together to build competence and capacity and protect ourselves from risk. He also encouraged us to seek best practice in everything that we do. This advice could not be more relevant today, and we have seen wonderful examples of this coming to life through the various efforts of individuals and the institutions. When we think about building resilience within each of us, we can think of it as we do a muscle of the body. Through regular exercise, our muscle can deal more effectively with injury and recover more quickly from stress or exertion. Similarly, we should think about how we can build our mental muscle of resilience in our own minds. And here, I'm reminded of what some refer to as a growth mindset. This means adopting an attitude where we are unafraid of challenge. We persist in the face of setbacks. We accept constructive critique. And we grow from it. And importantly, where we are always open to learning, both independently and from others. This attitude is not easy, and it means accepting ourselves as a constant work in progress. Having this growth mindset, or aspiring towards one, can help us build our ability to withstand the difficult times and see these as opportunities for our personal and collective improvement. Resilience leads to self-reliance, and this is a key part of the ethical framework of the AKDN, which references the philosophy of the Prophet, who said, "Man cannot exist without constant effort." Self-reliance means having the strength, capability, and confidence to be independent on oneself. In an essay on self-reliance, Ralph Waldo Emerson says, "Do not seek for things outside of yourself." This extends beyond financial independence to every aspect of our lives, where we take control and ownership of our own happiness, our self-worth, and our continuous development. This evening, we continue our Thinking Ahead series, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce our speakers, both of whom have a wealth of experience and expertise on this week's theme of economic resilience. Alongside their professional qualifications, they have both served focused humanitarian assistance, supporting individuals and communities in the aftermath of disasters. Salima Darsi Balu has spent 14 years working in financial markets. She is currently a director in global markets at Bank of America. Altaf Qasim is a managing director and the EMEA head of investment strategy and research at State Street Global Advisors. Thank you both for sharing your insights. Before I hand over to Salima and Altaf, I will leave you with two possible thinking points. Firstly, how can I personally build a more sustainable future for myself, my family, my community, and wider society? And secondly, how can I move forward such that I can safeguard my and my family's economic well-being today and in the future? Thank you. I wish you all the very best. Stay happy, stay safe, and Ya Ali Madad.